Very much, Riv. Hey guys, welcome to TSM's Master of the Mid Lane, Bjergsen. How's it going?
I'm doing pretty well. It was kind of a shaky game, but at least we won, so I'm still fairly happy.
Yeah, so the game was pretty shaky. Let's start with you, though. 8-1-4. Of course, you're back with the team. You're having stellar performances every single time, it seems. So first, why need to lead this game?
They kind of lacked like the hard engage. They had the catching potential with like cocoons or hooks, but they didn't have like the Leona or they didn't have the Pantheon. They just didn't have like those hard engages. So we felt like with Nidalee we could avoid getting engaged on for most of the game. It didn't work out entirely, but it did work out to some degree.
And of course, they actually rushed a LeBlanc pick against you, first pick to steal it away from you, presumably. Did that concern you at all, or were you like, LeBlanc, whatever?
I don't know. I don't really like playing against LeBlanc. It's always like there's always the risk if you make one mistake, you can pop like 80% of your health, and if someone's nearby, you're probably going to die. So you have to play really safe and really smart against LeBlanc, and that's why usually we tend to either like ban it out or try to get it. But this game we just felt like we would get some stronger picks like Lucian, for example. Yeah,
that worked out really well for you guys. So then, thinking about this, of course, Kha'Zix Lucian coming through here, I was surprised that Pantheon didn't get grabbed at all. Pantheon's banned a lot against Curse. I was surprised they didn't pick it up either. Did you kind of know they weren't going to go for it here?
No, we actually thought they were going to probably go for Pantheon. We were kind of thinking about going for it too. It was between Kha'Zix or Pantheon. I think they're both like equally good champions, but do very, very different things. So it's pretty much just what we wanted with the comp, and we wanted like a strong fighter for team fights that could go in and be a distraction. Because we weren't looking to hard engage, we were more looking for them not to engage and us poking.
Yeah, and of course that really worked well for you guys. So then you said at the start of the interview that it wasn't a very good game for you guys. It seems like you've been kind of off this week as well. You lost to CLG for the first time in the season. What's wrong with you guys?
The 4.4 patch really threw us off. We adapted to the lane swaps really slowly, which obviously showed this game. I play mid, so I'm not influencing like the early game of the lane swap, so I'm not entirely sure what happened this game, but we obviously got out like really far behind. They got 2 turrets and I believe Dragon on us. That's such a huge like goal deficit from the beginning, and that just shouldn't happen. And then I just feel like we've just kind of like we don't have our own confidence because we haven't been doing as well in scrims and we haven't been adapting as fast, so we're just not as confident in some of our plays, which showed in both matches this week.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, at least speaking of confidence, though, you got a triple kill here in a big replay. Actually, you made a huge play. It's kind of a hashtag LCS big play. Actually, have a tweet we want to read. At Skate Doll says, "I'm crying. Bjergsen is a god with those incredible Nidalee spears. Definitely deserves a hashtag LCS big play." Bjergsen, talk us through the replay here.
Okay.
The overcommit for the inhibitor. There we go.
All right. So
much earlier. Sorry.
Is this this is a little bit early. That's fine. We just want to really secure the blue buff here. But I'm kind of up here, and we're engaging in 2 different spots. Expressials just get instantly chunked. I think Turtle goes a little bit too far here, because all of a sudden he's just in the middle of everyone. Because Paus does a good TP above our team, and I don't think Turtle really realizes that, so he just gets like jumped on really hard. It was just a really split fight, and we should have not gone for the hard engage as much. We should have probably looked for like poking, and we already had secured the blue, so there was really no reason to fight. They tried to siege, but like, as I just get 1 kill, that was kind of lucky. We can just keep chasing, because Darius and I were pretty farmed this game, especially Darius was really strong, he's just a big tank. And we still had the Leona ult. We never got the Leona ult off in the fight, so it's just really easy to chase. Like, there's nothing they can really do here. And we just clean up, pretty much.
You're just chasing him down forever.
Yeah, it's a pretty long chase, but yeah, that's pretty much just all we needed to get Baron and pretty much win the game.
Yeah, you guys got a whole bunch out of that, got the gold back to equal. So, I mean, what kind of gives you the confidence? I guess you just said that you were farmed, but you're basically in something like a 2 versus 5, and you're like, oh yeah, we can just chase him out. Just the fact that cooldowns are up, or?
Like we knew that like the Kaylin was not gonna kill. Like, we just knew we had the big Shyvana, and when I got that Thresh kill, and we knew we had the Leona as well, we weren't planning on chasing if we didn't get that Thresh kill, unless they would try to keep pushing, and then we would get the Leona ult on them. But we just saw the opportunity when Thresh died, and we would know that they wouldn't be able to really turn on us. I think I still had both summoner spells up, so they wouldn't be able to kill me, they wouldn't be able to kill Darius, and we just felt like you just get that from experience. You just know when are you going to be able to chase, when you're going to be able to have to back off, and it showed.
Do you think that's a kind of skill that a lot of teams lack? I mean, as you saw here, Curse clearly overcommitted there to the siege. Do you think TSM has a big edge in just sort of knowing how a fight's going to play out before it does?
Sometimes. There's a fight later in the game where Turtle gets hooked, and I'm like, just back off. And then I just run away from my entire team. And then I look down, and Darius is like, we're winning. And I was like, wait, what? Like, are we winning? Like, Turtle's dead. And like, there we didn't have the same, like, really good judgment. So I think it just kind of depends on the situation.
Most of the times, of course, you guys do a really good job with this one. So then coming back into it after getting a little bit behind, you guys did manage to keep pushing through and grab the victory. So let's think now about sort of more grand scale. You talked in the beginning of the interview about 4.4 being a bad patch for you guys, bad adaptations. Is that champion change specifically? Like, what are you missing?
No, it's mainly the trinket change, which just makes like 2v1s and early game like late invades, like the 2-minute invades on buffs. It's such a big thing now compared to before. It was almost non-existent before, but now the game is all about lane swapping. It also changes the mid meta because mid laners, you shouldn't be playing champions that, in my opinion, are too reliant on blue buffs, and wave clear is really, really good, and even poke for sieging down turrets. So the game is more lane swap oriented, invade, and tower oriented than before.
And of course, you did pull out the win here. The Nidalee worked well for you guys. So let's actually switch gears a bit and talk about All-Stars. Of course, the winning team from the spring split's going to go to All-Stars. Of course, you're going to hope that TSM makes it there as the full team of 5. But let's talk individual voting then, which you have some control over. And of course, you guys at home can, of course, vote for your All-Stars as well. Who would you vote for to go alongside TSM to play in the challenges?
I would definitely vote for Meteos. I think I think he's a great guy to play on a team with. From like he's a friend of mine, so I think he's an awesome guy. He's a really, really good jungler, and he's like the perfect match to go to All Stars. I just think he's a really good player.
Who else would you add?
That one's a bit harder.
You can pick in your team in case like Cloud9 happens to win.
I don't know too much. I think Afromu has been doing like really well lately. So I would probably have to go with him. He was really, really strong. He was probably him and Dexter were actually Dexter's really good too. I don't know. I can't really choose. Dexter did so well yesterday too, and he's also been doing so well ever since he got here. So it's hard, but maybe Afro or Dexter.
Okay, cool. Thanks for your responses there. So, I was going to say, guys, I'm so used to being 2 people in the interview. Bjergsen, thank you so much for your time. Congrats on your win. And we're going to, of course, play more games today. So we're going to pull a quick broadcaster lane swap. When we come back, Cloud9 will take to the Rift against Dignitas in our 3rd game of the day. We'll be back in 3.5 minutes.